Why hello there, welcome back to the channel. I'm Phil. As you can see, we are back into the Book of Shadows Corpse Party, and we're going to head into the chapter called MIRE. Let's go, baby. It's been a trippy game so far, trippy story, and it's been pretty dope. And as usual, I'm going to narrate for you, so sit back and relax and enjoy. Okay, so it looks like we're going to do YUKA and Mochita, maybe? I don't know. Where am I? The first thing I saw when I opened my eyes was the ceiling of a dark, gloomy room with flickering, uncovered light bulbs. The random bursts of light they shone were so dim that they only just barely lit up the wood grain on the ceiling enough to see the patterns in it. The back of my head hurt in the same way it would if someone had just pulled my hair really hard. I couldn't do anything about it though, so I just frowned and waited for it to subside. I wondered if I'd hit my head somewhere. I can't remember a thing. I suddenly realized that my feet weren't touching the ground. And there was a cold sensation all along my back. I must have been lying down on a hard surface. I tried to move, but both my arms and both my legs had gone to sleep, and they wouldn't budge. I'd just have to keep lying here until they woke up. I gave up on moving and instead just stared up at the gloomy ceiling again. I don't like it. The wood grain looks like a person's face. I knew it wasn't actually a person, but it really did look like one, and he was glaring down at me with hateful expression. It was creepy. Why does it look familiar? Where have I seen that face before? Oh, that was it. It looked like the scream that Munch painted when we studied in class. Except this face was screaming in anger. He hated me. I'm really starting to get scared now. If only Big Brother were here with me. He'd just pat my head and laugh and tell me how silly I was being. Oh yeah, where is Big Brother? I was still a little disoriented, but I turned and twisted my head as best as I could manage to see if I could find him anywhere nearby. Why was I sleeping in a place like this anyway? And why wasn't Big Brother at my side like he always was? I remember being Big Brother's umbrella, then doing some kind of charm with his friends, and then I was in an old school building. And then Big Brother and I were looking all over for the bathroom so I could go pee, and we got separated. Big Brother. Why were we in this school to begin with? Maybe that charm failed and this was our punishment? Maybe I was the one who messed it up. I probably shouldn't even been there. And if I hadn't asked him to help me try and find the bathroom, we wouldn't be separated right now. I should have just held his hand and not let go. It could have lasted a little longer without peeing. Then we'd still be together. What happened to me after that? That's right, I finally found a bathroom, but when I went inside, there were people hanging in there, lots of them. I was so freaked out, I went back into the hall and collapsed into the floor, and then I was talking with somebody. It was a boy who'd gotten separated from his little sister, I think. He said he'd help me find Big Brother. His name... that's right, his name was Kizami. It hurts, it really hurts. Why can't I move? Why? I then realized I couldn't see my arms. Where were they? Why weren't they at my sides? They were still numb too, so I couldn't feel where they were either. But I tried my best to move them anyway. That sounded like rope. Am I tied up? I thought maybe the reason I couldn't feel my arms or legs and couldn't move was because I was tied up really tight and I was cutting off the circulation. Come on, move. With some effort, I was finally able to move my fingertips. I started feeling everything I could, grateful. Even for this little bit of reassurance. I feel something. The rope around my wrist had been tied so tight it looped around many times over, and with the circulation trickling back into my hands, it was really painful. It hurts. I was so scared it felt like I'd forgotten how to breathe. Somebody's coming. Footsteps were echoing out from the hallway. They stopped right in front of this room. Big Brother? I wriggled in place and screamed as loud as I could. I didn't even care about the old splintery rope cutting into my wrists and ankles anymore. Big brother, save me. It's Yuka. I'm right here. Save me, please. Uh-oh, I don't think that's Big Brother. You shouldn't be writhed around like that. The ropes will just hurt that much more. My apologies for the long wait. It's so dark in here. It must have been terrifying. Shadows of the episode 6, MIRE. Are you alright, Yuka? He was looking at me with a caring, sympathetic smile on his face. He seemed to be really concerned about me. Please save me. When I came to, I was all tied up. You were indeed, and I'm the one responsible for that. I wanted to make sure I never got separated from my dear little sister ever again. Little sister? You, of course. That's why I had to tie you down, so you wouldn't ever leave me. Why, Kizami? Are you joking with me? Why, you ask? What a silly question. I already told you, because you're my little sister. What part of that don't you understand? I don't understand at all. I'm not. Well, you are still just a child, so maybe you're simply too young to comprehend. But worry not. Your big brother will tell you all about it. We're siblings after all. We simply have to reach an understanding. His eyes looked like they were staring far off into the distance, like he was in a trance. I'm scared, big brother. I'm scared. Why was he doing this? Why did he tie me up, and why did he look so happy about it? I didn't get any of it. Every hair on my body was standing on end. I was terrified. Isn't there any way I can escape? The corners of my eyes were on fire. I couldn't stop myself from crying. Tears were flowing down my face like a waterfall. Kizami smiled, then reached out and touched my cheek. His hand was ice cold. It was like there was no blood flowing through it at all, like it was the hand of a dead person. I had been waiting so long for you to wake up. Now show me that spark of life. Put everything you've got into it and cry for me. You could cry as loud as you can. Slowly and hesitantly took his hand off my cheek. Then he began walking around me toward my feet. Then he gently grabbed my skirt with one hand and drew a knife from his breast pocket with the other. It's showtime! It's showtime! There, just like that. That's the voice I've been longing to hear, and that face I've been longing to see. It's the only one's terror, hopelessness reached their peak that when the soul truly shines. I want to see more. Direct more of that at me. Yuka? Yuka, I know you're capable of shining even brighter. Well, don't you worry. Your big brother will help reveal that light. Covered in blood and writhing in pain. Ho ho ho! True suffering is a far, far prettier sight than this. What's wrong, Yuka? This is no time to rest. The fun is only just beginning. Oh, so why don't you try calling me Big Brother? Big Brother, save me. Come save me. What are you saying, Yuka? Your big brother is right here. Look! Right here in front of your eyes. No, my big brother is... Oh, snap. The panic and fear just kept getting more overpowering. I think I was hyperventilating. But Kizami showed no mercy. Instead, he reached out and grabbed my neck. Living rabbits really do make far too much noise. Yeah. Dude, is he really gonna offer? I thought she survived. What a thin neck you have, so soft and supple. I can feel your carotid artery and your cervical vertebrae perfectly. These muscles, this curvature, so sensual, like it was made for my hand. Is it painful? It must be painful. This is your fault, you know. I'm your only big brother around here. With that, he let go of my neck, but then hastily pulled the knife from his hands right up to my face. He made sure I could see every inch of it clearly and just held it there, slowly turning it for what felt like an eternity. Have you gotten a good look at it, Yuka? The knife was stained with red splatter marks. No, not even red, just dark. It wasn't a color I knew well, but there was only one thing I could have been. Blood. Oh, there's no need to worry. Hirosaki dirtied it a bit, but it still cuts like new. I was shivering so hard I could feel my teeth vibrating. A chill ran through every part of me as if I were so afraid that it had actually lowered my body temperature. The chattering coming from inside my mouth was getting louder and louder, to such an extent so I was even getting distracted by it. What a lovely face. My little sister is doing an excellent job, but her clothes are in the way. Oh my god. Kizami suddenly tore my uniform, exposing my stomach. What's this? Your belly is bouncy like a water balloon. It must be full of guts. He laid the knife blade flat across my belly button, and the sudden sensation of cold metal against my skin sent even more shivers up and down my spine. If it hurts, feel free to scream, okay? There's nothing to be ashamed of. Is that all you got? What's the matter, Yuka? You haven't given up already, have you? And after I've finally gotten my hands on the little sister I've always wanted. My throat was completely dry. I actually wanted to cry for help, but the walls of my empire were sticking together. Breathing was hard enough. Answer me, Yuka. Yuka. That's a good girl. Now it's time for the main event. Big brother, save me! Fear had taken over. I couldn't hold myself back. I knew it wouldn't go over well, and I knew it would hurt, but I forced myself to cry out. Big brother, big brother! No, I'm your big brother, remember? Apologize, Yuka. I'm sorry. Now, that simply won't do. You have to say, big brother. I'm so very sorry. Do it right this time. Big brother. My big brother isn't you, Kizami. I'm not your big brother? You bitch! What was that now? Did I imagine it? Oh, she's pissing. Ugh. Hate me so much it makes you wet yourself. Big brother. Oh, how very interesting. Even in such an embarrassing state, you'll still call out for help from your big brother? Pitiful. You're my adorable little sister, and I'm gonna make you feel real good. So there's no need to lie there crying in your own urine. It's pitiful. Pitiful? Did I just look down at this girl and call her pitiful? Why? Why am I feeling pity for her? What's happening to me? The poor girl. How is that even I can exhibit such useless, empty emotions? Is there still some remnant of potential within a man like me to birth these paltry platitudes? I'm not like the others, and yet, even I... I keep telling you, there's no way my little boy would do something like that. But I'm afraid it's true. Your little boy, Yuya, brandished a pair of scissors with intent to harm a fellow kindergarten student. So you're saying this was done on purpose. By the time we arrived on the scene, he was looking down at his own bloodied hand and laughing. We've done everything we can for him on our end, and how you wish to deal with him is up to you. Please wait. I couldn't even manage to crush his eye. Ever since I was little, I've been able to put myself in another man's shoes. I possess no sympathy, no empathy, and no respect for life. Slowly but surely, my parents started to see me like I was some kind of devil. They shunned me, they ignored me. They'd focus all their love and affection on my older brother and sister, on my highly successful and general upstanding brother and sister. It was just misunderstood. Everybody liked them, and I began to realize just how different life was for people who are well regarded. And since my parents had given up on me, those siblings were the only ones who had ever looked after me. My brother was particularly obnoxious, always flaunting his honor student status and trying to make me into a good little boy. It was sickening. He'd use his standing as an elder to boss me around, and would even follow me to make sure I was behaving. But I did fight back once, back in elementary school. I stood up to my older brother. Oh, what the hell are you doing? Yuya, what did you just burn? It was an animal. Oh, are you mad because it smells? I just killed it now. So it still had some blood left in it. It was gonna smell no matter what. Ugh. Ow. What the hell was that for, asshole? I honestly had no idea why he'd struck me, but this was the first time I'd ever been on the receiving end of violence, and I was pissed. I tried to jump him, but he was just too big. I didn't stand a chance. Why do you have so little regard for life? How can you just kill another living creature? Why would you do something like that, Yuya? You shut the fuck up. I'm the one who found it. I could do whatever the hell I want with it. I couldn't believe the asshole actually threw a punch at me. I was determined to hit him back. I wasn't going to give up until I succeeded. Unfortunately, his size really wasn't an insurmountable obstacle for me. My attempt to fight back was cut short by another, much harder blow to the same cheek. Now you listen to me. That was twice now. I was going to make him pay. I swore I'd injure him. My punch was going to connect. If I couldn't hit him in the head, any other part of the body would do just as well. Damn it. Just because you were born first, you think you're so tough. Well, if I were just a little bigger, I'd... You're not getting it. You need to grow up, Yuya. As long as you're not a complete idiot, you will understand what I'm trying to tell you someday. Our physical differences now aren't going to mean a damn thing in the future. Mental growth is what matters most. I want you to become someone who can sympathize with the pain of other people feel. I could have sworn I saw tears welling up in his eyes. The hell was that about? He just beat me up and here I was looking sad. Here he was looking sad. Damn it. I'm not like you. Yes, you are. You're my little brother. You'll always be my little brother. Nothing can ever change that. Still can't remember what a disgustingly sentimental look he was giving me when he said that. You can die too then. Just die. Die, die, die. I don't care if you're my brother. I'll kill. What the hell? Yuya, cut it out! Let me go, get your hands off me, wait, asshole! Listen, mental growth is what matters most. Carve that into your heart. Never forget it. Fucking hypocrite. He acts like all kind, but his punches hurt like a son of a bitch. Yuya. You alright? You didn't suffer head trauma or anything, did you? Just leave me alone. You may not understand what he was trying to tell you now, but one day, when you've grown up, you will. Neither of you know the first damn thing about me. What the hell was I the last one to be born? I want a younger sibling. Maybe then I could have some clue what the fuck you two are talking about. Man, I'd love to piss out a younger brother or sister. And we do love you, Yuya, both of us. Eh? We know that you're a good kid at heart. Come on, let's make a grave for this little critter, okay, Yuya? Trash can would be just fine. Yuya! If you keep this up, you're gonna be all alone your whole life. My sister grabbed me by both shoulders and looked right me in the eyes when she said this. But I didn't care about a word she was saying. I just pushed her away. So you're doing this because you love me, huh? Don't act like you have the first clue what I'm all about, you lying bitch. Yuya, it's the truth. I don't trust you. I don't trust anyone. I won't lose to anyone either, and I certainly won't tolerate the people lying to me. Not ever. That's right. I've been like this for a long time. I've always tried to figure out how into it others were truly feeling to get honest reactions out of them. No one seems to understand that I'm incapable of understanding other people around me. That's why I made it a point of studying the world and keeping to myself, simply trying the best not to stand out. I play the part of a loner. I pretend I'm interested in boring conversations and smile. I pretend to care about the problems of others and fake concerned expression. Not a single one of my classmates has ever caught on to the fact that it was all just make-believe. They greet me with smiles and I see through their lies. They all act like they can judge a person based on the outward action without ever seeing his true nature. Every one of them is completely deceived by my act. They're all empty-headed fools, worthy of only my contempt. They're just like my brother and sister, unforgivable cretins who lie to my face. That's why I decided to conduct a little experiment. A way to see if I could really understand other people and if I can make them understand me. I wonder if any of you are aware that all I ever wanted was to kill you. Like animals, humans are honest only when they're in the brink of death. They all look at me right in the eye, and they engage me in real, true dialogue, with rare exception. A fine answer. Just what I was hoping for. Show me more. Show me more of those naked emotions. Yes, sadly. I will not perform for you. There was one who held back the screams and the begging that simply passed away in near silence. The hell is that? You trying to stand up to me? Whoa. It was a thoroughly and satisfying kill. There needs to be more mutual understanding. I'd expected to see some change within myself after coming to this place. But there was nothing. I killed, but I felt no remorse, no sympathy, none of my emotions I was supposed to feel. Yuya, all life is equal. Don't ever forget that. All life is equal, huh? Yeah, sure it is. It's all exactly the same, and I snuffed out. Humans, animals, and filthy worms alike. But I suppose there's one difference. Even if it feels the same, after committing the sin of ending a human life, there's no turning back, no redemption. I didn't regret what I'd done, but it did make me realize that I had had no prospects. Now, no future. What was that? Did I just feel pity for someone? My stomach's all growly. Yes, that was it even then. This odd sensation of taking pity on another human being. You're really shaking. Are you alright? I have to go to the bathroom. That badly? Why have you held it for so long? I was with my big brother until just a moment ago, but we got separated. Didn't you just tell your big brother that you needed to use the restroom? I did, but we just kept finding unusable bathrooms. And I thought about going somewhere else, but I didn't want my big brother to see me do that, so... What a devoted little sister. Yes, this is just what I've been looking for. Being far weaker than I, whom I tasked to protect. This is it. This is exactly it. Is something wrong, Kizami? If I had this girl by my side, this girl upon whom I'd actually took pity, then maybe there could be still a future even for a man like me. Indeed, if I'm capable of feeling sorry for someone, then maybe there still exists some means of atoning for my sins. If I could just manage to live with this little girl. So, how about it? Will you live with me? What? I think I'll be okay on my own. I'll look for my big brother myself. By yourself? Why? After I finally found the little sister, why must she distance herself from me? Run, rabbit, run! Bad rabbit, you're coming with me! You see, this is what happens when you disobey Big Brother, Yuka. I'd been screaming and crying so much that my throat was now bone dry. I couldn't manage more than a whimper. My throat was actually in a lot of pain. It burned like someone had cut it wide open. He probably did. Kizami had raised his knife as if he were about to kill me, but for some reason he just froze like that. And all I could do was lie there, struggling to breathe. Aside from his heavy panting, I could only hear the sound of my chattering teeth. I don't want to die. I want to see my big brother again, even if it's just one last time. I breathed in as deeply as I could, then mustered every last bit of strength I had. I wanted to call out with all my might. I wanted to call for help. No good, the sensation was there, but the words couldn't possibly have been heard by anyone else except for the person that I didn't want them to hear. Big brother won't know to come help me as long as I can go. My strange scream seems to snap Kizami out of his trance. He brought up the tip of the knife down onto my cheek, but didn't break the skin. You do know that no matter how much you scream, no one's gonna come save you, right? He was looking down at me with blank, empty eyes. It was like he had just woken up from a really long dream. Big brother is gonna come. I was absolutely certain about that. He may not have found me yet, but I knew he was looking. He was worried and looking all over for me. It was only a matter of time. Big brother is my prince, after all. And the prince always rescues his princess. He's not coming. After all, he's already here. Your big brother is right here. He is... Shut your mouth! My struggle to get out of these words were abrupt as Kizami's hand pressed down hard on my face, covering up my nose and mouth and suffocating me. For all the pain and fear I was feeling, I knew I had a chance to fight back, so I opened my mouth and bit down on his palm. It must have bitten harder than I thought. I could taste his blood. It was warm and minerally and slid down my parched throat, easing a little bit of the pain and dryness. He is coming! Big brother is coming for sure! I just kept shouting. I didn't care if these were the last words I ever said. I had no regrets, I just wanted to cry out. He's not coming, he's not coming, he's not coming, he's not coming! Blah. It all happened in an instant. Kizami just grabbed his head in both hands and let out a cry of pain and didn't even sound human. What is it? What is this? What the hell is this voice I'm hearing? Did I really want a little sister? I did. I wanted a little sister. Someone weaker than I. Yes, someone who needed me. But was it really a little sister that I wanted? That's right. If I had a little sister, I'd change. Out my head. He grabbed his head again and began stumbling around. He looked like he was in real pain. There was even tears in his eyes. damn it, god damn it, god damn it. Oh, what does it all mean? I don't need a reason, not now. It's too late for that. This is who I am now. This is what I've become. Everything is mine. I've stomped out everyone in my way and held my head up high the whole time. Ah! Are you okay? Does your head hurt? I have some headache medicine in my pocket. You can take some if you want. Whoa! Bam! How has it come to this? If I had a little sister, maybe I'd have acted more like a big brother should. Yes, I'm sure of it. I'd have been just like my asshole brother when he was crying over me. Kizami. He fell to his knees and just stayed like that, not moving, maybe not even breathing. I'm a giant man. Honestly, I feel him, dude. That's how I wake up every morning and start screaming. After another unnerving yell, the huge man with the hammer just stood there staring at me. He had blood splatter all over him. Somehow, though, I got the impression he wasn't gonna attack me. Are you here to save me? He reached one hand toward me slowly and gently. Although it may have been a little too slowly, he moved like a zombie, as if I were watching a TV show in slow motion. What's wrong? It almost seemed like he was afraid of me, but I was just a little girl tied to a table. What could he possibly think I'd do to him? Is there someone else here? He didn't answer. I wasn't even sure he'd heard the question. He wasn't looking at me. He wasn't looking past me. I want to know what you're looking at. Yell. Oh, his mournful yell echoed throughout the room. Ah! My arms and legs suddenly went slack. I felt like I could move them now. Slowly, I opened my eyes, and I confirmed that this enormous man had just smashed apart the dry knots that were holding on to my hands and feet in place. I knew I didn't have much time. I tried my hardest to wake my sleeping hands and feet to shake the broken splintered ropes from my wrists and ankles. Kill her! That's intense! Run for the door. I mean, why not, right? After brushing past the piece of rope off my body, I leaped to the ground and began searching the room for the best escape route. The huge man may have freed me from my ropes, but I was clearly still in danger. My hands and feet are still numb. I don't know if I could do this. There were still big, indented rope burns on my wrists and ankles, limiting my blood circulation. I wouldn't be moving comfortably for a while yet. Ow! The back door of the classroom was wide open. It seemed broken, actually. It looked like the huge man must have burst it in with the hammer when he came attacking. I decided to make a break for it. First, I tried sidestepping past him, doing everything I could to tread lightly and keep my arms outstretched so the blood would flow to them again. But then, I heard the floor creak behind me. I was too late. There was nowhere left to run. The giant hammer struck my right arm, instantly fracturing it severely. The spray of blood from the impact got even in my eyes. Oh, jeez. The huge man raised the hammer in the air again. He swung with perfect precision and I was down. But he wasn't stopping. Both my arms and legs had been completely destroyed. They looked like giant swatted bugs on the desk. Just a mess of bloody chunks. The last swing hit so hard that it broke the whole desk behind me. I found myself rolling painfully onto the ground. When I hit, there was less a thud and more a plop. Bits of my arms and legs were flying everywhere. And then I realized it wasn't just bits. It was what was left of my extremities was so damaged that it was literally just snapped off my body. No, this had to be a nightmare. It couldn't be real, could it? I really was like swatting a bug. I looked and felt apart completely. I didn't want to give up, even though I knew I was doomed. I tried to roll myself toward the door, but that went about as well as you might expect. My head was stuck on something, and waves of pain were shooting through my entire torso. I wasn't gonna last much longer. Welcome! I could see the hammer coming down onto my head, and then for a split second I could see my two opposite directions at once. My skull cracked down the middle, looked like a watermelon. Well, that is the wrong end. Let us go get the correct one. Alright, consider other options. Alright, that might be my chance to escape. Bunsen burner. So we got that. That's a chair. Oh, chair! This faucet. No, it's stupid. I don't want to do the faucet, bro. What's. Oh, this! There's a bottle on the ground filled with the transparent liquid. Take it? Hell yeah, let's take it. I wonder what's in here. It's not water, is it? Hydrochloric acid. Hell yeah, throw it at that fool. How long are you planning to squat there like that? Kill her! Instinctively, I threw the glass bottle at the huge man with a hammer. He flinched and stumbled backward. His hammer was still raised, however, and smashed into one of the light bulbs in the ceiling, shattering it. It's dark, but I might be able to get away now. The feeling had begun returning to my legs, so I wasted no time, eventually yelling, "Excuse me!" As I left, I darted through the dark lab, using what I remembered of the layout to avoid obstacles to reach the door. That's totally me. I would have been like, "Excuse me. Sorry." Running past them all, trying to save my life. Ugh. Oh, she looks so over it. Look at her. Hey, did you do that on purpose? Worthless scum. Fix it or you'll get no rewards from me. Just go after her already. How many times have we crossed paths with that girl now? Maybe she has the paper scrap to keep her safe. Her fate hasn't been sealed yet. I have to find somewhere to hide. I could hear the sound of someone else running just short distance in front of me. I couldn't make out who it was with any certainty, but I did briefly catch a glimpse of a figure retreating into the darkness, and it looked like Big Brother? That was Big Brother right now, wasn't it? I took off in pursuit. If that was Big Brother, then I just had to catch up to him. Big Brother! He mustn't have heard me. His pace never slowed, and I just saw him disappear around the corner. He's not stopping. Big Brother! Oh, I totally missed that. I'm sorry. Alright. Where are we headed? There goes the stupid, thing dipping again. The frame rate, man. I don't know what's up with that. Now let's go to the lab, baby. This is the room where I was tied up, isn't it? I don't want to go back in there ever again. Okay, so let's not go into the lab. Go to the nurse's office. School nurse's office? Looks like he's not in here. Oh. gonna find me if I stay in here? I have to run. Alright, so he could totally find us. I did not know that. There's a large hole in the floor. The floor may be unstable throughout this whole room. Best to tread lightly. Old medicine bottles have haphazardly packed onto these shelves. Their caps are all either loose or missing, and their contents long since evaporated. Oh man, I am like, alright, let's go that way. Probably shouldn't go that way because I'm going right back to where they were. Probably gonna get caught right now. Big brother, where did you go? It's too quiet. I don't think he came this way. I should look for him back in the main hallway. Alright. Bro, how much darkening is 45? Bro, I didn't even do nothing. Alright, let's go 3A. Main hallway. This is the main hallway, isn't it? Isn't it, governor? It's really cold in here. It's a wooden shelving with a glass door. It doesn't seem to be locked. Unfortunately, there's nothing useful inside. Now's no time to search shelves anyways. I have to find my big brother. Shite. Dude, this is... That's actually kind of creepy. No taking it back. There's no going back. There's no... The paper is torn at this point, cutting off the rest of the sentence. So basically, everything that I click is gonna... Okay, I gotta find them before that goes up, because that is going up. Let's... The darkening is going up. I don't know if I like that. He's not in here either. Big brother. Oh. Okay. Bro, he'll find me if I stay in here. Is there anything of use though? I mean, there could be something useful, right? Alright, we're not even gonna try and check that because it seems like everything we click on is just a way for it to it's just a way for it to make me go closer to being dead. Alright, it's Yuka. If you're in here, please come out. Alright, so he didn't do the which is kind of weird, but it's alright. He's not in here, huh? May I have those fingernails? Oh, hell. Get away. Big brother, are you in here? It's Yuka. If you're here, please come out. He's not in here either, and I don't see any good places to hide. The floor seems like it can give way at any minute. I'm scared. Big brother, where'd you go? I swear it's crazy. This is the only game where this does it. We're at 65 now. Okay. Yeah, it's the only game where like the frames per second dips like that. It's crazy. And the funny thing is like it's a simple game, like it's not that demanding, I don't think. Big brother, where'd you go? It's too quiet, I don't think he came this way. I should look for him back in the main hallway. Alright, I mean the only other main hallway is this way, dude. Okay. So is this considered the main hallway? I guess we can go to the pool. Oh hell. Okay. What's that noise? Oh geez. Suddenly my field of vision started growing topsy-turvy. Was I falling? It was an earthquake, but there was more than just that. The floor beneath me was moving up and down in time with the earthquake's left and right motion. Big brother. I tried putting one hand on the floor for balance and getting back on my feet. I need to keep going after Big Brother, otherwise I'll lose his trail. I thought I'd done it. I was standing now and had started getting used to the vibrations. As long as I hugged the walls, I could walk. But that all quite literally came crashing down around me soon enough. The wildly shaking floor cracked and crumbled and I was free falling. 'Cause I'm free! Free falling! Yeah! I raised my head and found myself lying on top of a pile of rubble. I wasn't too much worse for wear, though. All things considered, where am I? I looked all around me frantically, but I saw nothing even remotely familiar. This was definitely someplace new. And it didn't feel much like a school anymore. The walls, the floor were made of packed dirt with only railroad ties keeping it all together. It's really musty down here. I knew I was underground. I had to be. It just felt that way. There were no windows anywhere, and based on the smell, there was no ventilation either. It's really hard to breathe. Oh no, Big Brother! Big Brother might have gotten caught off guard too by the earthquake. I thought he could be down here. It was a big one after all. Maybe he was injured. Maybe he couldn't move. I have to find him right away. I tried pushing myself up from the pile of rubble, ready to shoot to my feet and continue the search. That didn't last long, however. My hands and feet were still a little numb from the ropes, making it hard to keep my balance. I fell back onto my butt. My underwear was completely waterlogged, like full sponge. It squished unpleasantly onto the breeze, sending cold chill through my entire body. What's going on? I reached down and felt it, and it was absolutely soaked through. It would take forever for it to dry. That's right, I forgot I peed myself. I was so wrapped up in running for my life and chasing after Big Brother, I didn't even notice my wetness, but now I couldn't get it out of my mind. It's so gross. Tears were welling up in my eyes. How could I be so pathetic? I forced myself to my feet, doing the best to try and ignoring the squishy sensation. I wouldn't be able to ignore it for long, though my panties were noticeably heavier now, and the urine they absorbed was practically ice cold. I couldn't go on like this. I was going to get a rash or catch pneumonia or something, and every step was going to be its own form of mushy gushy hell. But what could I do? I could take them off, but then what? Carry them with me? Ew, leave them on the floor for someone else to find? No thanks. Big Brother! I swallowed my pride, held back my tears as best I could, and waddled onward. Isn't there anywhere I can go to get these off? Alright, let's see where we can go. I mean, it is underground. There shouldn't be too much, right? I don't think. Oh no, maybe there is. Boys' room, girls' room. Okay, well, let's go here first. Door won't open. Is it locked? I have to find someplace else. Well, on the plus side, at least that dude isn't chasing me anymore. Hey, there's a chap right here. That's a set of skeletal remains. Given its tiny stature, it's very likely it belonged to an elementary student in life. Here's a student ID. Great Harbor Elementary School. Chihiro Tamura. Alright, more than likely the boys' room is going to be off limits because for some reason they never have the boys' room in here. It's always the girls' room. The door is sealed firmly, no way to open it. Okay. Girls' room. Is this an actual bathroom? There are no protective seals and no weird smells. The only bathrooms I had seen up to this point were unusable. Charms on the door mysteriously sealing the room set, bodies hanging from the stalls. But those look to be completely normal bathrooms, certainly the most normal I had seen since getting stuck in this place anyway. Let's take a dump. Alright, so there we go. There's a loose piece of wood on the floor here. Let's take it. Might be useful for something. Acquired piece of wood. I wonder if I can get in the stalls. I tried pulling one of the wooden stall doors. Is anybody in there? I listened carefully for any hint of response, even going as far as to hold my breath. I guess if somebody did respond, it would be pretty scary, but there wasn't a single sound to be heard. The entire room was dead silent. The walls were made of packed dirt after all, and there was a lot of moisture in the air. Effectively, this whole place was naturally soundproofed. This is perfect, there's nobody else around. I backed away from the stall slightly and almost tripped over the fairly sizable crack in the ground, about 5 centimeters wide and 1 centimeter thick. This might be a good spot to hide him. Ugh. Finally, I was able to get out of those waterlogged panties. Despite being alone, I still crouched down and removed them as discreetly as I could. I then stuffed them tightly into the crack I discovered. The hole's not big enough. Some of it's still sticking out. If only there were just a little more space. What do I do now? I know, I can use this piece of wood to dig there and make it a little bigger. Use the piece of wood. So glad Big Brother didn't have to see me do this. Please don't let anybody find me until I'm done. Especially not Big Brother. Not that Big Brother would be likely to wander into a girl's bathroom, but it was possible given the circumstances. So just to be safe, I figured I couldn't hurt to pray that anybody didn't happen. Maybe I shouldn't stuff them down even further. It'd be embarrassing if anybody found these after all. My underwear was now totally buried out of sight. There was no way anybody could come across them, even if they didn't know it was there. Satisfied, I stood up. So drafty now. But it's still a lot better than wearing wet panties. It's nothing but earthquakes since we got here. I wonder if this place will be okay. It seems even older than the school building. I peeked my head out from the bathroom and looked around. Nobody's out there, right? Big Brother! My voice echoed a lot louder than I was expecting. It actually surprised me considering the wet dirt walls. I didn't think sound would travel that far. I'm scared. If any of Big Brother's friends are nearby, please. I really want to wash my hands. I began walking through the hall once again, this time a bit slower and more unevenly due to exhaustion. Alright, let's check out this. There's gotta be a body here. No body here. Alright, dead body. Let's go, baby. Said a skeletal remains. Give it a time. Oh, did we read this one already? We read this one already. Damn it! Well, let's go to the death room, baby. Let the fun begin! I can't believe we actually made it in here. It's really dark in here. Yummy. Alright, there are thoroughly decomposing remains on the table here. Based on the general appearance of what's left of the deceased clothing, they appear to belong to a very young girl. Her name tag is still affixed on her chest. Great Harbor Elementary School, Mako Sakurai. Sakurai! I like that. Sakurai. Alright, says skeletal remains. Doesn't seem to be any way to determine the gender from the clothing and build alone, but there's a student ID on the table. I don't know why I'm reading that. Komashiro Trade School, Sakura Matoi. There's a cabinet here that looks big enough to fit a whole person inside. It might make a good hiding spot. If anyone comes, maybe I should close myself in here. But if anyone did come, it would be really scary. So maybe I should just get out of this room while I can. Oh, snap. I heard someone! The door to the room suddenly slammed shut, and inside was missing its doorknob, rendering it unopenable. It seemed I'd been locked in. What do I do? Is there anything in here I could use to replace the doorknob? Probably a bone, I would imagine. Anything in here? There's a fairly large stone sitting on a heavy wooden table. Take it, yeah. If I bang this against the door with all my might, maybe I can bust it open. Here we go. No good, it didn't even budge. Oh no. I think he noticed me because of all the noise I'm making. I need to find a way to get out of here quickly. I quietly and gently returned the stone to its original spot. Oh, what's going on? Am I fainting? It hurts, big brother, it hurts. I couldn't move any part of my body. I had just fallen completely limp and my vision had gone black. I felt like I was being swallowed up by the darkness and there was nothing I could do to stop it. It was seeping in every part of me. Big brother, help. Damn, dude, another wrong ending. Alright, wrong ending 3. Dude, I am getting all sorts of wrong endings today. This is gonna be a long video. Body proof. There we go. Death room is bad room. The door to this particular room was shuddering ever so slightly, as if there were a breeze blowing against it gently from inside. I think I can open this. Slowly and hesitantly, I put both hands on the doorknob and started to turn. I guess I can go in. Alright, let's see what's in here. I hope it connects to an exit somewhere. It smells awful. As soon as the door opened, even a crack, a powerful, horrible stench slammed into my face and twisted around my nasal cavities just like a jet of water. This is the smell of something rotting. I was instantly feeling nauseous and lightheaded as if they were suddenly deprived of oxygen. I can't do this. I need to get out of here. That sounded like a water. Is there water in here? Holding my nose, I stepped back into the room and crept toward the source of the noise. If there were water in here, maybe I could wash my hands, I thought. Where is it? My extreme thirst came back full force as well. Clean water was the greatest thing I could have ever possibly found at this point. I accidentally kicked over a bucket, spilling its contents onto the ground in front of me. Oh no, countless flies immediately flew out from my overturned bucket and began swarming all around me. Their buzzing wings sounded right up against my ears as if they were attacking me. I let go of my nose and began flailing my arms wildly, attempting in vain to drive them away. I can't even see my hands in front of my face. As I haphazardly stumbled forward, I found my foot splashing in the shallow liquid. Mere moments later, my hand came in contact with the wall and brushed against a switch. I heard a faint clicking sound, and then... wow! The lights blinked on, and I got a clear look at the room I was standing in. What is this place? Are those bodies? A large portion of the floor had been dug out into something resembling a pool, which was filled with stagnant, discolored water and dismembered bodies. The bodies were decomposing a lot faster than naturally would on account of the wetness. Most of them had swarms of maggots instead of faces. Several bodies had actually washed up on the ground outside of the pool as well. Those few that still had limbs looked like they may lose them at any moment. Their torsos were all swollen and black, and everything else was bone white. Why are there so many bodies in one place? The closest body was spurting a sappy mucus from its nose and mouth and staring at me with an ugly, mean expression. The thick fluid coming out of it was reddish-brown in color and seemed to be a disgusting mixture of blood and dead bugs. What's that sound? Some sort of huge door high along the top of the wall opened up, and I could clearly feel a breeze blowing through the room. It was a trash chute. If I climbed up there, maybe I can get back into the school building. Oh, what's that? I can hear something. It's getting closer. I was afraid of what might be coming through that hole, so I put some distance between it and myself. Something heavy fell from above and splashed into the pool, spraying my face with rotten, stagnant water. A body! It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. The body that had just fallen into the pool of water was wearing a school uniform. As soon as it touched the liquid, it began bubbling and melting into it as if it were a bag of ingredients tossed into a stew pot. One of the poor victim's lungs floated to the surface, giving a whole scene of a more sick soup-like appearance. I need to get out of here now. I can't stay in here any longer. I dragged my wet foot on the floor part of the ground for a second or two, then made a dash for the door. Whoa. As soon as I was back into the hall, I fell on my knees in shock. I couldn't even move. The smell of death and decay was still sticking to me, and I still trying to shake its way into my nose. It was all I could do to not throw up on the spot. I hadn't eaten anything for hours, so I'm not even sure what I would have actually thrown up, but I still felt like I had to, more strongly than ever before. Maybe I would have been the best just to let it come out. I'm sure I would have felt better afterward. But I honestly didn't want to see my own vomit right now, not after all the other disgusting things I had seen. I had enough. Why is all this happening? At times like this, especially, I really long for my big brother. If only he were here with me. I cried out from his, if I in prayer. Big brother, please come save me. Come save me. I can't move. Is somebody there? Is somebody there? Uh, it hurts. There was a little girl here with arm outstretched, begging for help. I rushed over to her side. What's wrong? Are you alright? She was faintly glowing. Is she a ghost? My stomach really hurts, and my chest feels like it's on fire. She seems to be in a lot of pain, but all I can do for her is... Here, I don't have any injuries. Is it painful? All I could do for her was offer her physical comfort. If I rubbed her back, maybe she'd feel better. Thanks. I'm sorry, this is all I know how to do. It feels a little better now. Does it? I'm so glad to hear that. The girl grimaced again, as if she were experiencing some new pain all of a sudden. You shouldn't push yourself too hard, okay? Okay. So, did you get lost in here too? I don't know. I just woke up in here. Woke up? And I've been so alone. Oh, so you've been all alone all this time? You've been a real trooper then. I gently brushed my hand against the little girl's face, wiping away her tears. I'd only just met her, but I already felt for her. She had a lot worse than I did. So tell me, what's your name? Sachiko. Sachiko? Your name's Sachiko? Uh-huh. I'm Yuka. Yuka Mochida. Yuka. Big sister Yuka. Big sister? You want me to be your big sister? Oh, it's just a little weird to hear somebody call me big sister, that's all, but I like it. I took Sachiko's tiny little hand in my own and pulled her to her feet. There we go. You can stand, right? Sachiko's hand was so thin and light compared to my own. Not just light, it almost felt like it was completely weightless. I guess she really is a ghost. Sachiko noticed me staring at her, and I must have had quite a look on my face. This seemed to bother her, so I did my best to force a smile. I'm sure she was worried I'd leave her all by herself again, and I wanted to make sure she knew I was here for her. What's wrong, big sis? Huh? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking about something else. I'm sorry. Sachiko lowered her head and looked like she was about to cry. Why are you apologizing? Because I think I'm a ghost. I'm different from you, big sis. So I'm sorry if I scare you. Was just my fear really upsetting this little girl so much? That's terrible. I took Sachiko's hand in both mine, turned to her face, ducking down a little. Her eyes were level. It's okay. I am scared of ghosts, but I'm not scared of you, I promise. You're not scared? For real? No, I'm not. I'm not scared of you, Sachiko. Big sis, are you gonna leave me? I did have to think for a moment, since I knew I couldn't take a ghost with me very far, but in the end, I also knew I couldn't just leave her. Well, will you come with me to look for my big brother? Your big brother? Yeah, he's really kind. He's a really dependable person. I'm sure he'll be really nice to you, Sachiko. Her head was still down, but her eyes were peeking up at me. She looked nervous, but for the first time since we started talking, she also looked hopeful. You don't mind if Sachiko comes with you? Sure, you're not alone anymore. Yuka, your big sister's right here for you. Honestly, I was lonely too. I probably wanted her with me just as much as she wanted someone with her, ghost or no. Come on, Sachiko, let's go. I turned to head back down the hall, but she was stopped by Sachiko tugging on my uniform. She was wearing a forced smile on her face, but still looked uneasy. Big sis, will you do what I say? What you say? What was she gonna tell me to do? I was so surprised by the question. I wasn't sure how best to respond, but the longer I thought about it, the more uneasy she looked, so... your big sister will listen to any request you make. Really? Uh-huh, you can ask me anything you want, anytime. Okay. There was clearly something specific she had in mind, but I wasn't gonna push her about it. She'd ask me when she was ready. She seemed satisfied with my answer, and let go of my uniform. And so, hand in hand, we continued down the hall in search of my big brother. Oh man, we're with the enemy, bro. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But we're gonna do it. Alright, so we're gonna go up, up and away. Set of skeletal remains. Student ID, Teki Municipal Middle School, Kyugo, Shibuya. Alright, something tells me we're gonna have to go to the death room. Let's see. I guess Big Brother really isn't here. I guess not. Sachiko, have you seen anybody else in here besides me? Uh-huh. That's all she said, and then silently she squatted on the ground and wrapped her arms around her knees. What's wrong? Are you hurt? Big sis, I'm cold. You're cold? She nodded firmly, almost exaggeratingly. I guess that makes sense. If a ghost can feel pain, there's no reason she couldn't also feel changes in temperature, poor girl. As if to show me just how cold she was, she then started visibly shivering. Brr. Hey, Sachiko, is there anything I could do to make you feel better? Anything? Uh-huh, you've been through so much already. I don't want you to have to go through anything else, so if I can help, just tell me. In that case... Can I have those? She was pointing at my feet. My socks? This was the first time I noticed that Sachiko was walking around barefoot. Ah! I was so busy worrying about myself and about finding my big brother that I completely failed to pay attention to poor Sachiko's appearance. I'm sorry, I didn't notice earlier. It's alright. Sachiko shook her head. If I'm supposed to be her big sis, I really need to be more observant. I need to pay more attention. If I were her big brother, I would have noticed right away and given her my shoes. But it wasn't too late. I took off my shoes and socks and offered them to Sachiko. They were a little wet, but still better than walking around these cold dirt floors in bare feet. I didn't really like the idea of doing that myself, but just one look at this poor lost soul's shaking form convinced me that doing what I was doing was the right thing. Thank you, big sis. Sachiko just took the socks, leaving the shoes in my hand. Are you okay with only socks, Sachiko? You don't want to wear my shoes over them? I'm okay. If I took both, then you'd be barefoot. She flashed a gentle smile at me, which stayed on her face the whole time she slowly put on both my socks. I don't want my big sister Yuka to get hurt after all. Well, that's very thoughtful of you, Sachiko. I patted her head just like Big Brother always did to me. I love you, big sis. Her smile had grown, and it now stretched from cheek to cheek, and I began to feel like I'd do anything at all to keep her happy. I wonder if she was somehow if this is what Big Brother felt when I smiled at him like that. Let's do our best in here, Sachiko. Despite the severity of the situation, I was in high spirits. I almost forgot just how horrible this place really was. Do our best? Let's do our best to find Big Brother. Sachiko, did you just say something? I thought that was a giggle, but it sounded different somehow, like her voice had changed to somebody else's, or someone else was here. You're so cute. I just want to mess you right up. Oh, what? I didn't say anything. Oh, I guess it was my imagination then. What is it they usually say in movies? Must have been the wind. Not too likely in a stagnant underground bunker like this, but still. I think I'm just getting paranoid. I need to pull myself together. I'm her big sister after all. I put on the bravest face I could manage, marched back onto the hall, pausing only to make Sachiko was still behind me. Alright. Now where the hell am I supposed to go? Alright, so the only other place I can think to go... Oh my god, we're at 69%. Let's go back to the body pool, I would imagine? Maybe? I don't know. There's really nowhere else to go in here. Big sis! Sachiko had come to a halt and was grabbing loosely on the cuff of my skirt to stop me as well. What's wrong? I don't like this place. It feels scary. Yeah, it does. I don't want to be here either. How about we go over there instead? Okay. Rubens Academy Senior High School, Satomi. Student ID, Karasuyama High School, Tsushima Kawasaki. Shobu University Middle School, Akiko Sakin. Kamashiro Trade School, Asuka Mizuno. Anything? Alright, so hell out of here. I mean, it's the only other room, man. Unless maybe there's another room. Maybe I'll go to the bathroom again. We'll go find our panties. Aren't we just in here? You're right. Let's look someplace else. Don't worry. Once we find Big Brother, he'll be able to find us, or be able to help us. I know he will. Big Brother will. He's really smart. We can count on him for sure. Really? That's great. Did we already look at you? Yeah, we already looked at you. Okay. Alright, so... girls' room... storehouse. Let's try the storehouse. Oh, we can go in now. Hell yeah. Oh, it just won't open, will it? Nope. Alright. Girls' room again. Maybe? Big sis! What is it? Is something wrong? It's my feet. They hurt. Your feet? Chica's feet seemed to be bothering her quite a bit. As we stood there, I noticed she was fidgeting in place, trying to stand on them. I guess they would hurt, huh? You've been walking around in just socks after all. She said nothing else. She just stared at my feet. She seemed to want my shoes now, but she didn't want to say anything since I offered them to her earlier and she turned them down. So I just smiled and decided to offer them again. Do you want my shoes? Is that okay? Of course. We wouldn't want you to get hurt anymore now, would we? What about you, big sis? I'm your big sister, so I'll be just fine. I wouldn't accept any objections. I just took off my shoes and handed them to Chica without another word. Cheerfully, she slipped them on over my socks. They were a little big on her, but I knew she'd feel better just having them on. Thank you, I'm really happy now. Let's get going, okay? Ah! Sachiko wasn't used to such big floppy shoes. She took one step and stumbled forward. Are you alright? Here, you can take my hand. Okay, big sister, Yuka, I love you. Hehe. Sachiko, I've already looked in here and there was nothing to find. Let's head back, okay? Oh, really? We could find panties. Oh, okay, cool. Is it really okay to keep going like this? Let's go this way. Sachika was pointing down the hall toward a spot where the earthquake had dropped me. This way? Is there something over there? I don't know. But come on. What was that sound? I want to go in there. In there, but that room's locked. It just made it sound like it unlocked. Is there something in there? Please, I want to go in. Well, alright, let's see what's inside then. Sachiko nodded firmly, then practically dragged me by the hand to the door near my entry point in this underground maze. Wow, this room is pretty big. Over there. Energetic as she can be, Sachiko pulled me further into the darkened room. Sachiko, wait! Ow! I suddenly felt sharp pain in the sole of my foot and looked down to see what I stepped in. A nail? The floor here was actually kind of a mess. It was bumpy, uneven, and there were all kinds of tiny, sharp-looking objects scattered everywhere. Oh no! Not just old rusty nails, but bits of glass, loose wooden boards with jagged edges and splinters all over them, and plenty else I couldn't even identify. I'm bleeding! So cute! Sachiko? What's wrong, big sis? You're over there? So, what's that voice I just heard? Shite. It's a set of bleach white bones. So tiny, probably just a child. Oh yeah, Sachika, how old are you? How old am I? Yeah, like what age are you? You're in elementary school, right? I don't know, I can't remember. Oh, I'm sorry. Sachiko just stood out there with her head hung low, and the look of disdain on her face, she didn't want to say another word. It seems safe to assume that she probably didn't have any memories of when she was alive at all. No, I'm sorry I asked. Don't worry about it, please. Okay, sorry. Looking a bit closer at the pile of bones, there's a student ID name jutting out from the victim's ribcage, identified as a female. Renaissance Elementary School, Yukari Sakia. Desk in the corner of the room. Something seems to have fallen underneath it. What's that? It's looks like an old instant camera. Sachiko bent down and lifted the camera gingerly as if it were some kind of rare treasure. Then she pointed it at me and pressed the shutter button. Ugh. Right. Ah, it startled me. It looks like it still works. May I have this? Sure. Isn't it heavy? That's okay. I'm happy. Is it? Oh, okay. We already saw that. Anything else? Alright, we got that. We got that. What's that? Stack of folded up Japanese style futons. Big sis, Sachiko's tired. You want to take a quick nap on these futons? Uh-huh. Carefully tiptoeing across the little litter-strewn floor, nursing my sore and bloodied foot the whole while I snaked my way over to the futons. I didn't much like the idea of sleeping in the same room as a dead child, but I had to admit I was pretty exhausted too. They're a little damp and musty, but if we lay them out, we can at least get off our feet for a while. I'm so sleepy. Okay, I'm laying yours out right now. As soon as the futon was on the ground, as flat as it would go, Sachiko sprawled out on it. It wasn't long before her eyes started drooping. Yay, futon! Just seeing this innocent little girl joyously stretch out and take a nap was enough to lift my spirits and renew my hope. I'm so glad Sachiko was here with me. Thank you, big sis. Thank you too, Sachiko. I don't know what I would do if you weren't here with me. She really must have been tired. She was out like a light the second her head touched the bedding. Oh, she's so cute. I don't know what's about to happen, but something sounds like it's gonna happen crazy. I should sleep too. I've been walking a lot. I hope that when I wake up, I'm back home. Wrong ending number 4. I awoke to find myself being shaken. Sachiko was trying to get me up. Her expression had gone white as a sheet. Big sis! What is it? She was on the verge of tears. Something seemed to have really spooked her. Did that huge man find us? Was she attacked? It's okay, tell me what happened, nice and slow. I lost my hairpin. Your hairpin? When I woke up, it was gone. Oh, okay, so that's all then? Oh, that's all? I'm sorry, I thought it might have been something more scary. Where'd you lose it? If we look, I'm sure we'll find it. The two of us searched every last inch of the room, me with my wounded foot, but we came up empty-handed. Sachiko, is there anything your big sis can do for you? The entire time we searched, Sachiko hadn't said a word. I was hoping invoking our sisterly bond might help cheer her up. Hair keeps getting in my eyes and it hurts. Give me that thing you're wearing. She raised her hand and ran slowly and pointed to my headband. That's, I'm sorry, but that's the one thing I can't give away. As soon as I refused, Sachiko let out a faint, otherworldly groan. Oh, shite. In the next moment, her face distorted and changed. She no longer looked like an innocent little girl. She looked well and truly like a demon now. Sachiko? Give it to me. Give it to me. The look in her eyes alone sent chills down my spine. These were the eyes of someone who meant harm, and was perfectly capable of inflicting it. What do I do? Give her the headband? Shite, stand firm. Chica was continuing to groan under her breath, fearing what she might be capable of. I desperately tried to console her. Chica, please, I want you to listen. This is something my mom just bought for me, and it is a very important reminder of her. That's why I can't give it to you. Your mom? Somehow or another, that seemed to quell her anger. Her facial expression snapped back into that of the gentle, kind girl I had been talking all this time. That's right, I'm really sorry, but I have to turn you down on this one. That's from your mom? She was oddly receptive to this explanation and even seemed fascinated by it. Maybe I'd cause her to remember something about her own mother. She was a little girl after all, so her mom was probably really dear to her in her life. Mom! Mom! She looked like she was on the verge of tears again. I was beginning to feel bad that I had broached such a subject. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. She still seemed a bit sad, but she nodded. Maybe she understood that I wouldn't give her my headband, and maybe she was okay with it. Oh yeah, let's go, baby. Alright, we're at 99%. Holy hell, what are we gonna do now? Where to go? I mean, the only places we can go really are... I guess we can go back here. There's no reason for us to be in this room again, right, Sachiko? Let's just go. She's still mad at me, huh? I probably should have been more sisterly and just given her the headband, but... this headband is... what happens when we get to 100? Alright, we're at 99. Damn, dude, like, what do we do? I don't know where to go. Hey, Sachiko? She wasn't even looking at me anymore. I must have really upset her. Listen, Sachiko, I can't give you my headband, but I can give you something else. Anything you want. Something else? There's not a lot I can do, but if I can make you feel more at ease, I'd be glad to help. Something else. Alright, let's go in here. But this room is... I really don't want to go back in there. Sachiko, without a moment's hesitation, Sachiko just opened the door and walked right in. I didn't even have an opportunity to stop her. What do I do now? The first thing I noticed when I entered the room was Sachiko's form sprawled out on the ground at my foot and my body at the pool. She was twitching a bit and moaning again, but this time it sounded more like a moan of pain than anger. You alright? I stepped over her and turned around. She put my decaying bodies around my back and out of my sight, then staring at her shaking. I felt like I absolutely needed to snap her out of whatever this was before something terrible happened. Thank goodness you're... I could feel her tiny cold hand on my abdomen through the thin cloth of my skirt. She was pushing me backwards in a tremendous force. Don't touch me. I lost my balance almost instantly and toppled over. It somehow felt like my fall occurred in slow motion. The walls and ceiling of the room grew more and more distant, but it happened gradually. Then I felt murky liquid on my back and heard the splash. I was in the pool of bodies. Ah! Because I had fallen backwards, it took me far too long to regain my bearings. I was submerged in that horrible tainted water, close to drowning. I finally broke through the surface, dodging the many dislodged eyeballs that were floating on me like peas in chicken soup, each one wrapped in dull red, bulging veins. I didn't even want to think about where all the water was I swallowed. Unfortunately, much of it was still on my tongue, my mouth filled with tiny bits of pieces of other human beings. The taste was overpowering. Damn, dude. I was gagging and belching so hard it felt like I was gonna regurgitate all my internal organs. I tried to scream, but could barely get any sound past the foul, lumpy stew in my mouth. Big sis, you're disgusting. So gross. So chunky. I was losing consciousness fast, and I remember silently praying, silently hoping that this was just a dream. As the world faded around me, I just kept focusing on that last wish. Please, let me wake up in my bed. Big sis, here! I had no other choice. I grasped Sachiko's outstretched arm and marveled again at her strength. Yes, she effortlessly pulled me out of the water. My entire body from head to toe was covered in sticky, goopy chunks of unidentifiable human flesh from countless different people. Big sis, you've got something on your head. Something? Slowly, hesitantly, I raised my hand to my head to feel around to determine what this something might be. I wasn't looking forward to the answer. What I felt was a huge clump of matter stuck to my hair, and just touching it lightly caused some of it to stick to my hand as well. It was a massive ball of fingers and toes. Disgusting. Big sis, there's still lots more on you. The severed digits were all so sticky and slimy that they'd gotten completely wrapped up in my hair like rollers. They weren't coming out easily. Calm down, big sis. Big sis? I must have passed out. When I came to, I was lying on the ground with Sachiko looking over me. Big sis, I'm sorry. She was on the verge of tears again, but wasn't that her voice I heard giggling at me? If not, then whose was it? Was I just hearing things? That had to be it. This sweet little girl couldn't possibly have been that twisted. Nah, it's okay. I didn't care how filthy I was as long as Sachiko was alright. That was all that mattered. Yeah, she was my little sister now. After all, I had to take care of her. I had to look after her. Big sis, you're so slow. Away from me, please, Sachiko. What's wrong with me? My legs feel so heavy. Somehow Sachiko had wound up in the lead, and I was following her blindly, struggling to keep up with her blistering pace. Big sis, you're all gross. Keep away from me. I looked down at my uniform. Sure enough, it was soaked through with blood from all those poor victims in the body pool and smelled really awful. You're right, I am gross. Sorry. I didn't recall saying that, or even trying to say that. It's like my mouth was moving on its own, speaking somebody else's thoughts. Big sis, you sure are an idiot, you know that? Yeah, I sure am. If this was how she was gonna treat me, then why was I being so nice to her? Why was I doing whatever she asked me to do? It was bothering me, and yet it wasn't. I honestly didn't care anymore. I was content just following this abusive little girl to the ends of the earth. How long I've been walking, I wondered. Sachiko, are you still okay to walk? I was following Sachiko despite myself. I had no idea how much time had passed, but it felt like an eternity. And she'd completely stopped answering any of my questions. I guess that's enough. She came to a halt. Oh, what's wrong, Sachiko? She turned and looked up at me with wide, innocent eyes. There's something Sachiko wants to give her. What is it? What is it gonna be this time? I honestly didn't want to know, but the question came out of my mouth anyways, and so did this. Whatever it is you want, Sachiko, you can have it. Just for you. Well, in that case... Can I have your life? My life? Somehow, some part of me knew this was coming. It was only a matter of time. I, I can't give you, once again, I couldn't seem to control the words coming out of my mouth. I just said whatever I wanted to say, regardless of how I felt. You may have my life. She was laughing again. It was wild, crazy laughter. She was ecstatic. Why not? You said you'd give me anything you wanted. Because you're my big sister, right? Sachiko's smile almost seemed to twinkle in the dull light of the corridor. She had the face of an angel, but it was all just a mask. I'm scared, no please! I mustered all the strength I had, trying with whatever life was in me to denounce her words as to resist her pull. There was no hope for me anymore, but I still clung to what I could. If I could just reject her statement and tell her she was wrong. No, please, no. Huh? Please don't joke about things like that, okay? Let's just hurry and find Big Brother. Big Brother will be able to help us somehow. I know he will. So let's just keep searching. Your Big Brother? That's right, I'll never be like Big Brother, but I'll try my best. Big Brother this, Big Brother that. God, you're annoying. Just give it to me. I'm gonna kill you, kill you, kill you, kill. I'll make you wrap those hands around your neck and die. Just die already, Sachiko. My body shook and spasmed uncontrollably. I was being overtaken by this invisible force. It was compelling me to speak and say what would be my very last words on this earth. A suicide note, when you get right down to it. I guess there's nothing I could do. Okay, I'll give it to you. I give my life to you, Sachiko. It's all yours. It was instantaneous. With one single blow, my skull was cracked wide open and blood splattered far and wide. I could feel the blood trickle out of my nostrils and into my right ear. My brain was jutting out from inside of my head, fully exposed to the air, but I was still conscious. I could still feel everything. Damn. I saw a bright flash of light and realized she had just taken my picture with that instant camera she'd been holding on to. Holy smokes. Yuko, no! What a pretty picture this is. I'll title it Lonely Woman. Chica was such a cute little girl before, but now her face was twisted into a hateful, spiteful grimace as she looked down at me in contempt. I know. How about I show this to Big Brother? You told me I could have anything I wanted, right? Well, he's my Big Brother now. Sachiko began petting my sticky, matted head with her coarse, sticky hands in a mockery of my previous gentleness with her. What a filthy face. Getting this was my goal all along, you know? My scrap of paper from the charm. I want to play with you again, big sis, so I'll spare you from your fate for now. Let's do this again real soon, big sister Yuka. That was the right ending? Holy smokes, dude, that was crazy. I thought that was going to be another wrong ending. Alright, chapter 6 clear, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Tooth is now playable. Soulful testimony unlocked in bonus menu. Alright, right there is where I'm going to cut it off because holy moly, that was almost 2 hours of playing. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do subscribe and leave a like. Follow along. And I'll catch you on the next. Peace.